Today we are continuing to understand Java file system operation, right?
Right,
Java file system operations. Operations means in read and write operation, right?
right,
You have to read uh, data from file, okay, or, write data into the file, right?
right,
This is the basic operation two. Okay. So for yesterday we discussed lots of theory part ki, and just recap ki what yesterday we cover, and after that we can continue on that, right? So as yesterday say, whenever we are going to write anything in our permanent storage device like hard disk, and I discussed hard is a kind of electronic device, so all the information is stored in the binary format, right? Maybe 10 format, right?
right,
So, but as a our human being, always we are writing data in the form of English standard character like this, that, is, hello, everything, right? So these information directly not go to store in your permanent storage locations. So what happens generally? They are going to convert into from your standard alphabet to the ASCII value, right? We know ASCII value. From ASCII value is the number system, and from ASCII number we can easily convert to the 10 format any number, right?
right,
Okay, so all these conversions happen inside your tools or inside your library. As a Java programmer, we flat write any text file, and we assuming the same text files are stored in your permanent storage location, maybe particular file. Okay, but in background, all the informations are go and store into the byte format, right? This is the byte format, right?
right,
Okay. So yesterday, uh, so here as a Java API designers are categorize different way to read and write operation. I say many times say we'll discuss multiple way to read and write data, right? So here you notice first basic standard we are going to writing data in the form of stream, reading data in the form of stream, maybe 10 format, right? Maybe ASCII value. This is the one
right,
format that is known as a your so overall this say study say file system Java always not say file system Java say IO, input and output operation, right? Java say ki file IO, file input and output. So these terminology generally Java use instead of file system. File system is terminology of the operating system, right? So instead of file system, whenever you talk about as a Java programming language, we say ki Java file IO operations. So here IO stream. Stream means flow of data. IO stream, right? IO stream. Okay. So input output stream. So input output stream means ki, we are going to read or write data in the form of sequence of character. Yes, sequence of byte, right? So here say again like file IO stream. Okay. Stream means we are reading data from the form of byte, not in the form of alphabet, in that not a form of lines, right? So due to that, if we want to read particular all the files, maybe one file contain large size, so we can read byte by byte from this data, right? Similarly, in the case of write, we are going to writing data back to the file in this byte byte byte. So these operations number of bytes or number of integer 10 format. So standard terminology they say we are going to use input and output stream. Input for reading, output for writing, right? So Java file systems are given you can do data read and write operation using the byte stream format. Okay, byte stream format, or you can read data using the character string format. As a developer say I'm why not I'm writing directly character a b c alphabet, right? So this is the two format. And sometime notice in our Java programming language we have a string object, right? So we can flatly write the string object itself, right? String value. Or we have a some kind of a Java my own custom object, right? Maybe employee object or department object, any object I want to store, right? So
Right.
the nature of data in Java, con- multiple kind of data, maybe byte data, maybe character data, maybe string data, maybe object data, maybe any data kind, right? The the nature of data, Java provided different API. Okay, if you want to work on the form of byte stream, you can use the byte stream API. You want to use work on the character stream, you can work on the character stream API. You can use the complete like lines, you can work on the line basis. Or you have some custom object, list of employee, object, department, any kind of object. You can also store the complete object itself here, right? Not only plain message, right?
Right.
So the Java file IO operations is designs for the nature of your data, what kind of data you are going to process. Excuse me, right? So due to the different kind of data and different nature of data, you can say types of data, you can say types of data can be your byte data, byte stream, stream maybe character stream. Character means any single symbol character, right?
Right.
A stream, maybe your any object stream, okay, and maybe multiple stream can be. So depend upon your source of data. As a Java developer, we have to choose the different Java API. It's clear. So
So
yeah,
so
let's ask.
every so it could be any type of data. It's not like uh, let's say that you want to save 1 2 3,
Hmm.
then a word. So
Right,
number and a letter.
right.
So I have to open different IO stream for different type.
Yes, yeah, you can do if you want. You can do, but whenever you look reality in a one file, you can write the data in integer, float, anything, right? So
Okay.
it depend upon generally in a file system in one file. File is not say hey you cannot write here only integer. You can write even I can open notepad and I can write any data. Maybe I write the test. I can write 1 2 3 4. I
Yeah.
to write the
Yeah.
float number. So from this here this is the data, right? Only. So
Right.
here
Right.
say IO just consider the data is the data, right? From
Right.
human perspective, all are these are the characters. Okay, characters means a symbol which have a some meaning, right?
Right.
And computer perspective, computer don't know about the T, don't know about the E. He know the some binary number. That means
Right.
as a mathematically we know it is the T, the character, the corresponding have a some ASCII value. And ASCII value we can easily convert to the binary format, right?
That's correct.
So so here I'm trying to say why uh, Java provide the different API because due to the nature of stream operation you perform, right? Okay.
Right.
So let's look some example. Okay.
Yeah.
So let's go to with the example of the basic some byte stream. Lots of stream you can say, not the only three streams. I'm just uh, checking this stream kind of. If you just I'm reading in the our maybe Java official website you look and here kind of different kind of streams. Maybe here I mentioned like maybe here byte streams, right? And character stream and buffer stream one thing also. And similarly maybe some data stream, maybe object stream. So you can say multiple kind of stream Java support, right?
Right.
So we are going to touch one by one and look the example ki what do you mean by how to read the byte stream, how, and we have to also learn ki for these streams which Java class I'm going to use, right? The major understanding here, as a programmer, we are not going to write new things, but we are going to use the existing Java library, right? So we must to know ki which method I'm going to use, which Java classes I'm going to use, right? Okay.
Yeah.
So there are two for I mentioned one input. So here is the basic interface. Input stream is the basic interface. Okay, and one is your output stream. Okay, this is the two basic for reading data. We have to use this input stream. For writing, we have to use the output stream, right? So notice both are come from the java.io package, right? And notice these are the interfaces. These are the your abstract classes, right? These are the abstract classes. Means ki abstract classes you cannot create the object, right? Is it clear? So these both are abstract classes, but for any read operations, input stream is used for read operation, right? And output stream is used for write operation, right? So here, why I'm talking these two, because these are the two basic core abstract class. It means you cannot create the like here I say you cannot create the object of these two, right? Because these are the your abstract classes, and as we know, the abstract classes we cannot create the object like a new input stream, right? So in this way you cannot create, right? So, so surely if we cannot create the object at that means we have to use the some subclasses which are implemented this abstract interface, right? Abstract class. So here I'm not going to more detail this, but you have to aware ki whatever the remaining classes we are going to look for file reading and writings, internally they have implemented this operation. For reading, they have internally implemented this class, and similarly for here, they internally implemented this class. Right? Is it okay? Okay.
Yeah. So
Yes.
we cannot write new input stream.
Right. We
And
can use the existing implementation classes. We can overwrite, we can implement, right? But that's hard to interact with the operating system file system, right? So due to
Mhm.
that, due to the complexity of because whenever you are going to read write operation, then you have to interact with the operating system. Operating system allow how to read data, how to write data in the file system, right? So due
Right.
to the nature of complexity, Java designers say, hey, Java developer, you don't worry. I, as a Java designer, will interact to the hardware to create data to store in the hard disk file system. And for those, I am given this API, given this classes and method, just you can use them. And whatever the internal logic, as a Java designer implemented, right?
Right.
Okay. So let's we have a like let's we have one message. Okay, just like example, this is the one data you have, right? One data you have. Let's this is a test data for let's the byte stream test, byte stream test. Okay, so now this is the message, this is the data I have, I want to store in the file. So instead of say ki whenever you are going to store in the file you need a file name. So let's one variable say file name, right? File name equal to let's uh, one dot test. Okay, or data dot txt, right?
Right.
So till now these are the string. But how I say ki this is my message I want to store in this file, right? Question is that till now this is a simple both string, right? But here indication ki hey, this is a file name and this is my data. Go as a Java application say we are going to request hey operating system, can you create one file data.txt, and in this file can you write this message? This is the things we are going to learn. How we can request our Java virtual machine system, hey Java virtual machine, you can give the hint to the operating system so that they can perform our business, our ideology, which I am thinking, right? So what I can do here, I can so say here be clear. We are going to use the two API. For writing, we have to use the output string. For reading, we are going to the input string. Clear, right?
Right.
So this I want to store in a file. So good option, good things as a Java designer, always as per the use case they created a class name. So here say "Okay, I want to create save data in the file." So he say "Okay, just write the file, they say file and output stream. I want to write that. So this is the one already class Java file output stream, right? Here abstract class. So I want to use this is the write operation. I want to write first in the file system. So here say you can go use file output string class. This is the simple class you can create the object, right? They have extended output stream, right?
Okay, that's the parent class.
Yeah, parent class. So for writing, I have to use this class. I mean, always, right? For reading, always I'm going to use this. So now we can
Hmm.
find this is the subclass of your output stream. Notice this is the extended output stream, right? So good option. Question is that let's create the file output stream. Okay. And here say
Now, now the word input means to read something.
right here read operation, and output means writing data.
Hmm.
Clear? So here I'm going to create the new file output stream, right? So here how to create the object. Study notice whenever you are going to create object, you have to check the constructor. So notice
That's right.
they have a different kind of constructor. You say your file name and what the operation you want. So you say, hey, this is my file name, right? I am this is my file name. Just you create for me, right? So notice these file operations are throwing exception. Whenever last time, whenever we study any constructor or any method we are using, if they use the throws class, that means our Java developer responsibility. We have to catch them, right? Else our
That's right.
compiler give the compile time error. Notice here compiler complaining me. You are not handling file not found exception, right? Might be case this file not exist, right? So this can throw exception, right? Someone may remove, someone may delete it, right? So in the Java file system, you always be need to handle exception. Okay. The before we are reaching to the Java file system, we have already read study about the exception handling, right? So you're clear ki why need to handle. So how to handle exception? We know we can write the try and catch block, right? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So this is way we can handle. Now there is no any kind of exception, right? So first things, I created one file output stream for which this is a file name, right? This is the file name. And after that, our objective, we have to write data. So check this function provided some method to write. So notice these methods are support. You can pass this byte, right? Right? They have take one b means any ASCII value or array of ASCII byte, right? So here I am going to is byte string. So how to convert data? This is the data. So this is the Java string class. They have a function get byte, convert to the byte, right? So they returns me the byte of value. Okay. So now whatever the data we have, we are going to convert it into the byte array. And now say, hey, I am going to write in this byte. Okay. And after that, say, hey, file, can you please close the file? Okay. So is it clear what we are doing
Yeah,
here? I
yeah,
am creating one file output stream. Why I am going to writing data? File output stream, they always need a which file. This is the file name. And they have a one function write. So write are expecting you give me the byte, because we are going to understand how to byte stream means data going to write in the form of byte, not in the form of direct plain string, right? So we convert it for byte. So generally in a real application, always preferable way to writing data in file system use this byte stream, right? This is the performance better than the other things whatever we're going to learn, right? So I'm saying why we need to convert our data to the byte stream, right?
that's right.
So till now that our file is written, let's we run the code, then how we know this is written or not written? So let's check. Just here write the as out confirmation if file operation done, right? File output write operation is done, right? Is completed. Okay. So this is the one thing. So let's check in any problem or not. So here same thing yesterday discuss yesterday, but just revise key. This is the steps. Very simple step. You are just creating the file output object for the particular files and using the write function. Write function expecting the byte. So whatever the data you have, just convert it to the byte and pass here. Is it clear? So let's run and check any kind of exception occur or it's okay, right? So here look like completed. There is, I think there is no exception. It's good, right? So let's check my file is created or somewhere. So notice one dot I've given name data.txt. So this is the data.txt, right? So notice data.txt this message created, right? Is it okay? Good. And let's this is the one way to the write operation. Okay. So and I want to maybe not want to read, maybe I want to use this input operation to read data, right? So, here I am written data. And so let's see how I am going to read data. So similarly, I say we are going to reading data means we are going to use the input string. So here say file file input stream, right? It's the same name. You can file input stream equal to new hey file input stream, and again notice here I have a ask multiple constructor, right? So I am go to the file your string as a file name. So we have a file name, I pass file name, right? And yes, similarly, this endpoint also throw exception, right? So we can maybe here we have option. We can handle in the try catch, or we can say no, I'm not interested to handle here. Let's just declare as a throw here. The second option, one thing you have to this way. This is the preferable way. Always you do, right? Second way, no, I am going to add here throws exception, right, at the method level. This is the second approach. Yes, I'm not going to handle try catch here. This is my method. I am just declaring at a method level, right? The sometime for when give hey throws exception. This is the second way to handle try catch, right? So here notice now no try catch exception, right?
Right.
So now again we have created file out stream. So now I want to read up because now here till now my ensure that data is written, right? Here I want to get data read. So here we can say, hey, they have some read function dot read, right? The read function returns something. Let's check what they return. They return something integer. What do you mean integer? They return your ASCII value of your first byte. You are written data in the byte format. So we are reading data also from the byte format. So here let's check what the first value read. What they read return? Read returns one ASCII value of the first character. What is the first character? Like a, it look like a T. they return the ASCII value of T. So you already know how to convert to the character. Let's say I want to print the character. Just here say typecast char, right? And check this. Then from this file output stream, we are able to read data T, right? So similarly, notice here we have lots of data written. That means this operation we have to go multiple time. Maybe this is again same, right? So next character I am getting, right? So you have to read operation until we are not read the last, right? So you notice next time it is the H, because notice that after T we have H, right? So in this way we are going to just remove this and remove this. So okay, so here you have to write the same code in multiple time, right? This line again read, again read, again read. So in this way you are able to read data byte wise byte. Means ki one देखो T H I S, right? So what would be good? We can use the loop. Is it clear? Instead of writing this multiple line, I am going to say can you use for loop. So I am not writing this. I am going to just make a one loop. Here say somehow here say this is the line of code we have to go in the loop. So here say I'm not going to write in this way. I am going to just comment out all this code, comment out, and I am going to loop. So here say hey while loop. Question is that ki, till when I am going to stop my loop, right? How many times I go? Because I don't know the length of file, how many content written in this files, right? So how to do? So simple Java, this system API say, whenever you are reading data in a let's now this is your files, this is your files, and lots of data may be written here, written here. Whenever I say read function, they read one character. Again read next byte. Again read next byte. Whenever reach the last, they return the -1. Right? The -1 is the indication that this read operations is read all the bytes from this file. So we have to check here. Let's here just input one b kind of things byte, and here say hey b equal to say file reader dot read. Okay, read, and if uh, here say equal to file reader, but just for simple I am going to explain that if b not equal to 1 -1, right, until you run the loop, right, b is variable is just suggesting you can write inside the loop, okay, later part so here say s out, after that I have to say s out, and whatever the characters I am just to typecast to convert characters, and here our b, okay, instead of b byte, okay. So is it clear? I am reading and again say once we read one, again say hey, again read it, right? First we read a b, if not equal to 1, then print the character, convert to the byte and convert to characters. And again read the next byte. Again go to check not equal to null, then again print. Not equal to null, then again print. In this way, instead of writing multiple times, I don't know how many times, so I can either take a help of b. Once all file done, then what we have to do? We have to close the file. Okay.
Right.
And here say like maybe here say file reading done. Right.
That's something you did, yeah, yesterday also.
Yes. File file read is complete. Right.
Right.
So in this way, this is the way to write the file, and this is the way to read the file. So yesterday we are doing the same thing. Just today I am going to use the, instead of notice lots of junk character come, right? We are reading the
Yes,
complete
sir.
all the buffer. So not going to read all one, but I'm going to one by one and check one character. If until we are not reach the end of file. Minus one means end of file, right? So whenever
Right.
you end the file, go out of the loop. So in this way, we notice the file can contain any number of characters. We are read one by one, right? Here, just keep just new line. Okay. So notice this the file we have read from the file system. Okay,
Right.
and let okay. So till now it's clear how to read and write data in a file using this simple method. So this is we are not going to generally use like this, right? So we have to remove it, right? So this is your read operation code, right?
To read something.
Ah, okay. So these are the two code. One code would be writing data, one code for reading data. It would be good we can write in a method, right? It would be good, right? So let's write this code in a method. Okay, just extract and refactor. Say, hey, uh, mm, go to the extract method, right? And we can say simply, hey, this is the method name, right? So here give the logical meaning name, read. Okay, again refactor the method name, give the logical name, and with the refactor rename, right? So here say this method name would be like a read data from using read data using file input stream. Okay, right? So we have read data using the file input stream, and it's done, right? And similarly, got it. Similarly, this code also we can written in the method, right? So just let's similarly you have to just say copy paste and just say here I am going to so write data, right?
Right.
Write data using the file input stream. So here you can just cut and paste code here and just say this is the right close. Okay, good. So
Yes, sir.
here you need a data part. So you have to copy here one is another variable string data. Which data you want to write, right?
Right.
So it's clear now. We have a two operation. One is the write operation. They need your file name and comma data, right? And so it is the way we have to. Even I can already handle here through. You can also, if expected, you can remove from here. You can remove from here, and you can remove from here, right? It's so simple, right? Okay, right. We have to maintain this method can throw exception, right?
Okay, so we need that.
Yes. So anything happen, whenever anything happen, this method can throw exception, right? Here we are going to the catch, right here. Is it clear? So this is the two simple way to read in data type from the file system. Here this. So notice, let's I change the message. Yeah, let's I commented the message, right? Here I'm not writing data, right? I'm just want to read and let this is the file. I some change the message. Okay, this is the data, and in this file I am test change message something. This is the new message added. Okay, added. Okay, and save this file. And now I am going to simple from this code. Hey code, can you just read this file? I want to read. I'm not writing, right? So let's run. This read operation are going to read all the content from this file name data.txt, right? And run it. So notice still I'm able to read this thing. Okay, the same message we are writing right here. This is the file.
Can we add more in the
Yes, you
text?
can. Let's test message one. Okay, message two, message three, message four, message whatever message you can write.
Right,
And even notice this file in our here. Notice this is the file our data right here, and here I am writing all this message, right? So whatever I am
right,
writing here, right? I am writing message, right? 81, 82, right? I am just save here.
right,
This is the last message. This is the file last line. Okay, okay. This is the my files I am save, and now I am going to have program. This is my program. Okay, I am going to say just want to read which file name. This is the file name, right? This read operation go. Yes, say this is the file name. I am going to use the file input stream. Read one byte and check it's not in the file. Then print them, because by default they return the byte array. This means this would be the ASCII value. I convert to the character so that I can read them, right? And just printing on this console. And again, next line until we're not reading the end. And let's run it. And notice these are giving me the all data, right?
right, right,
So this is the way you are reading data from file input stream and file output stream. It's clear?
yeah,
Okay. So similarly, this is the one implementation class using this file input stream. Okay. Similarly, we have other like a statistic. We have a now this we done the byte stream data. Okay, using the byte stream. Rename
right,
this is the file stream using write data using byte stream. Using byte stream name should be like byte stream via this is the class name. Okay, just for write data using the byte stream via file input stream class, right? And similarly, you have similarly just change here. Use someone read then they can easily. Okay, and
right,
just same the meaning. So whenever you're writing the code in the method, we can easily give the meaning name, right? So that anyone can understand what this code doing, right? Whenever we're writing the same in a main method, I cannot give the meaning. Here we are this code is for writing, this code for reading. It's clear, right?
right.
So always good practice, always write code in the method, right? Always we prefer. So let's think any other way. Let's say I'm going to using some character string, not the byte. Here, notice I'm writing data in the byte. Notice here, writing data
Right.
in a byte and reading data from the byte, right? So byte wise byte, byte. Okay, mm, bytes. Okay, and give the instead of b, give the bytes. Okay, whatever the bytes. Okay, correct.
Right.
Find it. So I'm why same due to that I'm saying this is the method which is this byte string, because we are writing data in the form of write the operation is the right byte, because this method take as a input. Okay, minimize. This method take as a byte array, right? Okay,
So
so
byte
let's
is a data type. That's
byte
how
is
it's.
the data type, yes, just like an integer, float, byte. Byte is
Hmm.
the 8-bit data in the Java. This one is a byte. Byte is the data types.
Right.
Okay, so let's read the characteristics. No, similarly, whatever the now we have just today in this case, I read the file output stream. Notice yesterday I am using the class writer reader input stream, writer input stream, right? Notice
Yeah, yeah. File reader, file writer.
uh, file reader. This class I am using, right? And
Right.
file reader. and yesterday file writer. So these classes are used for writing data in the form of character. So let's look. Similarly, just uh, let's for writing first writing, right?
অলমোস্ট আমি ধুয়ে দিতেছি, দাঁড়া শেষ করে নি, ধুয়ে দিচ্ছি। কাপড়টা ধুয়ে আমি শুকাই দিব না। আমি বলছি ভালো হয়েছে, আমি কেন বলবো খারাপ? রাতে কিছু খাবো না, কেননা আমি খেয়ে আসছি যে শর্মা। হ্যাঁ, স্টেরিলাইজ বলতে তারা বুঝাইতেছে তোমার ওই কাপগুলো দাও, 10 মিনিট চুবাই রাখো। না না না, বন্ধ অবস্থায়। তুই জ্বালাইছো? না না, আল্লাহ কত রাখছো জ্বালানো অবস্থায়? 5-10 মিনিট। আমি তো জানি না, পানিটা গরম করে 10 মিনিট চুবাই রাখতে হয় না? এখন কি করবো? ওটাই ভালো। একই কথা, নেক্সট টাইম এই আনো।
হ্যালো,
এটা তো 10 মিনিট চুবাই রাখতে হয়। সে বলে নাই জ্বলন্ত অবস্থায়। সেটা আমি জানি না, শিখতেছি। দাঁড়াও, ওয়েট, কথা বলবো না। হ্যালো।
yeah, sorry for the inconvenience.
No problem. Yeah.
So we are here, right?
Yeah.
That means we are discussing yesterday we discussed the two classes, file read and file write, right? File reader class and file writer class. File reader and writers are the same functionality, look like here for the, they are using the byte concept, they are using the character concept, right? So let's write the code same, like a static void same kind of function you can write similar, right? Just change the method name is the file writer. I'm going to use the file writer here via the file writer. So file writers, okay. Okay.
I cannot see. Only I hear
Oh
video.
yeah,
No
yeah,
screen
yeah,
yet.
yeah. That's I have to share again. Sorry. Good. Hope. Tell me when's my screen is visible.
It is.
Okay. Characteristic. So I'm saying we are going to using this file writer class. File writer class using the character stream. Okay. So here the same thing. Now instead of here, I am going to create the file writer object. So file writer object equal to new file writer. Okay. And pass your file name. What file name you have? Okay.
Right.
And after that, once you open a file, you have to close the file, right?
Once
and
you open it.
Yeah. So here we are going to write data. So notice we have started saying we have a function like write. Notice this take the complete string, right? So here we are going to directly write the complete or data string, not going to convert to the byte because this is the character stream. They are accept any character. So this is the only change. Here before notice we are converting to the byte and then writing the data. Okay. So let's I just comment out this two, right? And I can just write this a file name
Okay, so you pass
and
the
come data. Okay. And similarly, let's read the reader. Okay. Similarly, why uh, once you write, we have to take the read, right?
right,
And just here the read operation, read data. Okay, using this file reader. This is the file reader. Okay, so here I am going to again write the logic. For reading, there is no need of data, right? This file name. So here say file reader, file reader equal to new file reader. Okay, and here
right,
go to the file name. This is the file name. Just start reading, and once file open, just close them. Okay, whenever we are file opening and we have to close the file. So what you have to do here, we have to again do read is the
read,
same
yeah,
operation like a byte. This is the best way we can read. Similarly, same the code which are you written here, same thing you have to do here. This is the no change, right?
right,
Read, this is the same method we are using, just change the here. Now this operation also have a read function, right? Yes.
right,
So here I am going to call, hey, just read them, file name. So yeah, this is the simple way. So here, this is the writing, how to open the right file name and pass the right. How to read, similarly get read method. Why need a loop? Because I don't know this file contain how many number of lines, right? How many number of characters. Due to that, in the reading, always we are preferable to use the loop, right? And test it. So now we are able to read it, right?
right,
So this is the simple, you can say, way we have learned like this is the byte stream and this is the character stream. Two we have to cover, right? Similarly, one famously used about this buffered reader. Due to this, you can say performance improvement. Buffer reader means now what happened? In this case, our JVM Java virtual machines are directly interacting with the operating system, right? OS. Finally, our file is stored in the operating system, right? So whenever I want to give me, hey, read me data, they give me request one and again get data. Again request, again data, right? So for each byte, we are getting the multiple requests to our JVM, multiple requests to the operating system, right? So this is the
right,
interaction between JVM and OS will increase our performance of application. So why not we say, ki, hey, I am just instead of writing or reading, both have a buffering concept. Buffering concept means this is the Java side, this is the OS side. Finally, our file is stored in the OS, right?
right,
Whenever I am say this is the data one, we are saying, oh, go right. Data two, go right. Data three, go right. Data four, go right. So for each data, I am going to request to the operating system, right, to write them.
right,
So why not say, hey, instead of the second approach would be, this is the Java side, this is the operating system side. Hey, data one, data two, data three, data four, just buffer them. Okay. Once you
mm,
reach the some level of buffering, then say, hey, request, go to write OS. Right? Now file system they are going to return. The buffering means we are storing temporarily for some times, and so that the communication between operating system and OS can be reduced. Is it clear?
yeah,
So currently, till now, the two API which understand like a file readers or file input stream reader, both are not buffered. Means they are directly for each request, for each write and each read, they are going to request, means JVM going to request to the operating system. Hey, operating system, please write in the file, right? Please read from the file. So as a Java enhancement, Java designer say, hey, why not I buffer the request, and maybe 10 requests of 20 requests of buffer size base, I am going to send the request and response, right? So this is the one kind of a third level. So similarly, we have a class like a name buffered, buffered, buffered. Again, reader and input is for both API. Here, notice this is the two API. One is the file reader, one is the file input stream, right? For both, we
Right.
have a buffered API. So notice here we have API name buffered input stream, right?
Right.
Buffered input stream. Similarly, buffered output stream, right? And similarly for your buffered reader, right? Buffered, okay, buffered reader. Similarly for your buffered writer, okay.
So stream is the main class.
Yeah, this is your main class. This is your main class, and this is the abstract class. You can the same. Notice this your writer class. Note this F3 writer class also stream the output stream, right?
Right.
And though here they are going to the writer, they simple again they are expanding the multiple interface, right?
Right.
So because this is the two mode, you can say one is your stream mode, one is your write mode. Means character stream and byte stream. Character streams the your super class name like this, IR this, right? Similarly, for your character stream, class name is writer and reader, reader, reader and writer. This is the similarly. So here it would be good. I say this is the two more. Are a reader. Reader is the right class and writer. Writer. So these are the abstract classes for the character stream. So this is the abstract class, right?
Right. Right.
So this is the this base classes for your byte reading. This base classes for a character reading. So this is for your good options. This is for your this, right? And this is for your this. This is the base classes, right? Byte stream base classes. Base classes. Okay. Base classes. This is it.
Right.
Similarly, for character stream, this is the base classes. So you are not going to directly use the base classes. You are going to use the subclasses. So subclasses is your here you use the input stream or file output stream, right? Similarly, or directly file reader or file writer. Just append here file. If you add the file input stream, this is the actual class. Here reader abstract class. What is the subclass? File reader, file writer, right? So notice why I'm always say file reader, file writer. Might be sometime I'm not interested to write the file. Maybe I'm interested to write in the array data structure, right? So here
Right.
implementation can be array reader, array writer. Similarly here, array byte input stream, array output stream. So here I'm because we are studying the file system. So our intention we are going to touching those classes that are related to the file. So notice here I'm saying file input stream, file output stream. Here file reader, file writer. Why I'm talking about file? Because we are storing data in the file, or getting data in the file. This is the one
Right.
approach. Sometime I can store data in the in memory, maybe array, right? Array data structure. You can store. So for that we can say here byte array. Byte array, byte input, byte array input stream, byte array output stream, byte reader, byte writer. So lots of variation they have, depend upon the use cases. So today we are just only understand the concept of your file related. So I always talking about this. Actual implementation would be just append the file reader or file writer. Similarly, file input stream, file output stream. Is it clear?
Yeah.
Notice here this is the buffer output stream, byte array. Notice that this is the byte array output stream. Similarly, here this is the one more implementation byte array. Means here they are not going to store data in the file, but just an array. So we are not Later part, maybe we have time permits, we'll discuss, but just understand these are the very base class, and base class can be implemented by your file system or can be implemented by your array itself, right?
Right.
Good option whenever keep the mouse, they automatic your IntelliJ help out. Yeah, this is the abstract class can be implemented by the buffer writer. They will notice the character array. So this is the array, yeah, file writer, right? Yeah, pipe file writer. Lots of implementation there. String writer, right? Some want to be specific. So different implementation can have it. But indirectly, overall, whenever you are going to do any kind of operations, might be using the byte stream or might be using the character stream. So byte stream, you have to this super classes, base classes, input stream, output stream, and for character stream, this is the base classes, your reader and writer. So this is the abstract classes. You cannot create the object, but the again subclasses help us like a file input stream, file output stream, file reader, file writer, and so same for all. We have again concept the buffered means ki now generally always recommendation you have to use the buffered API so that interaction between your JVM and OS can be reduced. So here, similar whatever things you are doing, we can create the buffered input stream and buffered output stream. Okay, let's so how to create the object of this, right? So can I write one? Let's how to create the buffer input stream, right? Question is that ki how I create buffer input stream or how can create buffer output stream. Okay, uh, it's good. Any doubt? Any question till now? Hello.
Yeah.
So
Uh,
today we can cover this how to create the object of buffer input stream output, or tomorrow we can do.
hmm. It's a little confusing. I'm gonna
Yeah.
have to try. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. So let's say tomorrow we're going to cover this. Ki how similarly, whatever you are using these two in your file input stream or file writer. Okay. Similarly, we can do for this. Tomorrow we'll cover this like buffer input stream and buffer writer. Okay.
So these are like option. I can use either
Yes, you have
file,
option,
right?
right?
Okay. They all
Anyone
will
you can
work.
use. Anyone you can use that. But preference way, always we are using this buffered input stream reader because they are working on the byte, and also they have a buffered means ki the interaction between the operating systems and OS is the reduced. You are using this, that means ki for each write, always our operating system, our JVM requesting to OS, hey OS, can you write in your file system? This the interaction between the OS and JVM. This will take some times, right?
Right.
So tomorrow we'll cover this two more, okay? Buffered input stream and
Okay.
buffer writer. And later part we have some more till now. Till now we are just writing this one simple text data. Might be I'm going to write data as a complete employee class, right? Employee object, employee 1, employee 2, employee 10 employee, right? So
Right.
later some classes we are going to sing how to write the custom object, right? It's good.
Yeah.
So let's explore these till now, and tomorrow we'll cover this buffer part, and time permit will again go to the jump other kind of data where we are going to write, right?
Right.
Okay, that's take care.
No, thank you, Ajay bhai. Take care. Bye.
Thank you. Bye.